Hey guys, and welcome! In today's video, I want to show you 6 weapons that you definitely need to try out if you just started playing Battlefield 2042, and I also show you my favorite setups for them. I only chose weapons that are easily accessible to new players, either because they have simple assignments or because they can be unlocked at a low rank. If you should need any help unlocking attachments for these guns or you want to speed up the process in general, be sure to check out the video in the info box. But now let's start with the first weapon, and that's the AM-40 assault rifle that is accessible to everyone by default. It's very versatile and easy to control, and even though it belongs to the assault rifle category, it actually feels more like an SMG when it comes to fire rate, firepower and handling. And that makes it perfect for close quarters combat. But what gives the AM-40 a huge advantage compared to SMGs is its higher headshot multiplier, because for the SMGs the multiplier is only at 1.25, while for assault rifles it's at 2.15. And that means the AM-40 combines the benefits of both categories, which makes it to the best close combat weapon you can play as assault. In addition, you will have 3 more magazines when using one of the assault class specialists, because then you will take advantage of the class's proficiency. My favorite setup for this gun is the tactical compensator for more weapon accuracy on a slight loss of recoil control, but that's not a problem here since the base recoil is not very strong. Then the MGL laser for higher hipfire accuracy when moving and better recoil control, so here you can restore a little bit of the recoil control you have lost with the compensator and add even more accuracy, because especially on close range you will fire the weapon a lot from the hip. And then as ammo type I'm using the standard issue drum mag simply for a higher amount of ammo plus a better recoil control and a higher rate of fire compared to the default high power ammunition. The optics are a personal preference, but I like to go with the 1.25 thermal scope here. If you don't have it unlocked yet, you simply need to do 50 kills while aiming down sights with the AM-40. With this setup, the weapon needs 4 bullets for a kill to the body or 2 headshots within a range of 10 meters, and then the amount slowly increases up to 7 bullets to the body or 4 headshots on a range of 50 meters or more. With the default high power rounds, the 7 bullet range starts at 75 meters. Next up is the Avancys LMG that you can unlock at rank 7, and this is without a doubt still the best LMG in the game. Similar to the AM-40, it feels like a mix of 2 categories, but here it's the LMG and assault rifle category. The headshot multiplier is at 2, so a little lower than the assault rifles, but it's pretty easy to control, has a very low recoil, at least for an LMG, and also has the great benefit of a very high ammo count. When you play it in combination with one of the support specialists, you can also take advantage of their class proficiency and benefit from a higher accuracy when crouched or prone. For my setup, I used the tactical compensator again for a higher weapon accuracy, and here it's the same as for the AM-40. The loss in recoil control is not much of a problem since the weapon's base recoil is not very high. For the grip, I'm using the LWG since it works better on mid-range than the laser and increases the accuracy when moving, but in addition I also have the bipod in the second slot of the plus menu to be able to switch over to it when defending a position while mounted or prone. The only annoying thing with the bipod is that you have to unfold it every time you respawn. For the ammo type, I'm using the standard issue extended mag simply because it has the highest ammo capacity. And the optic is the 1.25 thermal again, and here you can also unlock it by doing 50 kills while aiming down sights. With this setup, the Avancys needs 5 bullets to the body or 3 headshots on a range of up to 75 meters, and then increases to 6 bullets to the body or 3 headshots on a range of 75 meters or more. Then there is the SVK that is unlocked at rank 14, is a very hard-hitting marksman rifle but might take a moment to get used to. It has a stronger recoil than the other marksman rifles, which makes it a bit harder to control, but you only need 2 shots to the body at a range of up to 125 meters with the default setup, and that's what makes this weapon so good. The headshot multiplier, however, is relatively low with only 1.6, which means it doesn't really matter if you go for headshots or body shots. you always need 2 bullets. Except for ranges above 125 meters, here you need 3 body shots but still only 2 headshots. One thing you should be aware of though is that the weapon has a little bug at the moment, at least on the 2 old gen consoles PS4 and Xbox One, cause here you have a strange shake when shooting. This doesn't make the weapon less accurate, but it's a visual bug that might be a bit annoying. On PS5 and Xbox Series as well as on PC, however, the weapon works great and I can really recommend to try it out. For my preferred setup, I'm using the shortened barrel to increase the rate of fire, the LWG grip for more accuracy when moving, cause even though you might fire the weapon mostly when aiming down sights, you will still strafe a bit, and that's where this grip really comes in handy. And as ammunition type, I went with the standard issue extended for its better recoil control and a higher rate of fire compared to the default high power rounds. With this setup, the 2-shot body shot range of 125 meters I mentioned before is lowered to 100 meters due to the ammunition type, but that's still a good range. The benefit of a higher fire rate and better recoil control is more important in my opinion. The next weapon is the PP29 that is unlocked at rank 18 and is a very good and reliable SMG for close and mid-range. It doesn't have any grips or underbarrel attachments because of the position of the magazine, which makes the weapon a little bit harder to handle. But when you play it with one of the support specialists, you have the benefit of faster draw time, which means switching from the primary weapon to a gadget or the secondary and the other way around is faster compared to other weapon categories. My favorite setup for it is the Warhawk compensator that reduces the weapon's horizontal and vertical recoil on a slight loss of accuracy, but since the recoil is a bit stronger here, it's definitely worth reducing it. Underbarrel attachments are not available, like I already mentioned, and for the ammo type I'm using the standard issue instead of the default high power rounds, cause this increases the fire rate and also adds to the recoil control. With this setup, the weapon needs 4 shots to the body on a range of 30 meters or less, and then the damage slowly drops and the amount of bullets increases up to 6 on a range of 50 meters or more. With the default high power rounds, this range would be at 75 meters again. The headshot multiplier of the PP29 is at only 1.25, so just like the other SMGs, it's made for body shots and not so much for accurate headshots. And one last thing to this weapon, if you have the blowback legendary skin that can be unlocked at tier 0 of the current premium battle pass, I would recommend to equip it alongside of the Maul hybrid scope, cause this cosmetic will change the look of the optic and makes the picture in the zoom scope bigger and clearer and switches the small fusion sight on top of it with a bigger holo sight. Just give it a try if you haven't done yet. Weapon number 5 is the SFAR that unlocks at rank 27 and is a very hard-hitting assault rifle that works good on almost all ranges. It has a lower rate of fire compared to most other ARs, but also a lower damage drop-off on range and a higher firepower. The headshot multiplier of 2.15 gives this weapon an additional benefit, and when played with an assault specialist you can also take advantage of the higher ammo count. For my setup I used the Warhawk compensator for a better overall recoil control, cause that's really necessary on this weapon, and as ammunition type I stick to the default high power rounds but use the drum magazine for maximum ammo capacity. Underbarrel attachments are not available for the SFAR, at least no grips or bipods, cause here you only have underbarrel launchers. You can freely equip 3 of them, so I always recommend to use the AP grenades to be able to counter vehicles, the HE or incendiary launcher against infantry, and the smoke launcher for attacking objectives. One thing you should know when using this weapon though is that it can still trigger the so-called ADS bug, which means when you exit a vehicle or a display, like when using Casper's drone or Liss missile launcher, you might not be able to aim down sights anymore. If this happens, check your surroundings for weapons of downed soldiers or Angel's supply drop and swap the guns. This should break the bug and you can then switch back to the SFAR. With my setup, the weapon needs 4 bullets to the body or 2 headshots for a kill on a range of up to 50 meters, and on all ranges above 50 meters you will need 5 bullets to the body or 3 headshots. On long range I would recommend to set the weapon to single fire so you can hit your targets more precisely. And as a last weapon for today, I can recommend to try out the BSV-M, cause this one plays like a mix of assault and marksman rifle and is also still one of the best weapons in general. It needs to be unlocked by completing 2 assignments, which is 60 kills with SMGs on a distance of 25 meters or less, and 60 kills with marksman rifles from a distance of 100 meters or more. And you can complete both assignments right from the start already, cause for the SMG kills you can use the PBX, and for the marksman kills you can use the DM7. I would also recommend to hop into a solo match against AI to do this, cause then you can unlock the BSV-M a lot faster. I always prefer Breakthrough on Stranded for this, since it has all the different ranges you need and no vehicles, but you can also use one of my portal codes or the kill farm I already linked in the info box. Once the assignments are completed, you can also unlock all attachments for the weapon in solo matches or on the portal servers and already start to get a feel for it and for a good setup. The one I prefer here is the shortened suppressor that increases the rate of fire, the laser sight for a better hipfire accuracy, and the subsonic high power extended magazine for maximum ammo capacity. And here there are a few things you should know as well. First of all barrel attachments you can equip to the BSV-M work like light suppressors. This means they will hide you from the minimap for all enemies that are more than 20 meters away, but all enemies closer than 20 meters will still see you as a red dot, if they even look at their minimaps. Then you should try to unlock the MGL laser by doing 50 hipfire kills with BSV-M, cause this one is a bit better than the old LS1 laser, and for the ammo type I would recommend to stick to the subsonic, cause even though the damage drop off on range is a little bit higher, this ammo type has the advantage of no tracers and less muscle flash, which means it's harder for the enemies to tell where the bullets come from. With this setup, the BSV-M needs 3 bullets to the body for a kill on a range of up to 50 meters, and on all ranges above 50 meters it needs 4 bullets. When you go for headshots, the weapon always needs 2 bullets no matter what range, thanks to the high headshot multiplier of 2.2. And one last and important thing you should know about the BSV-M is that you can set it to fully automatic fire by pressing V on PC or D-pad down on console, and this makes it even better on close range. Just don't forget that you have to do this every time you join a new server, otherwise you might stand in front of an enemy wondering why your weapon stops firing after the first shot. And that's it for today. I hope this video helps you to find some good weapons for your start into Battlefield 2042, and if it does, be sure to drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching, I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.